Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid is not going to be running for re-election in 2016, but by the time he leaves the Senate, he will be ending a political career that stretches 3 or 4 decades. And his life has been extremely interesting, not just politically, but also in what he's gotten up to in his personal life. And so we've found out some of the tidbits from his life from an article put together by Vox. It's incredibly interesting, and we just want to discuss a few of them because it really paints a picture of a guy who's more than just the occasional lion, occasional lamb of the Senate. So first off, after Reid's father died, Reid found his marriage certificate and was surprised to discover that he and his younger brother were born out of wedlock. He called up his brother and said, "Hey, you little bastard," according to his memoir. I just like that because that's incredibly humanizing. That's something that I would do with my brothers.
I'm gonna add a bunch of things from his past that I love. So he was born with no religion. I didn't know that
either.
Yeah,
Mormon now.
Yeah, and his wife was Jewish, and his in-laws were furious that she was marrying this loser kid, Harry Reid, right? And so he once got in a fist fight with his father-in-law, which is kind of badass, right? And then after they get married, they're like, "You're Jewish, I'm nothing. I don't know, let's become Mormons."
Why not? It's the Glenn Beck path.
Right.
It's like, I guess.
So super weird. In his hometown of Searchlight in Nevada, they had no churches, but 13 brothels when he was growing up. That's badass, man. That's pretty good. That's Nevada.
13 brothels, nowhere to confess. Interesting.
It was an old gold mining town, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
He did some mining.
Even though he was a boxer and he kept getting into fights, once he got in a fight with his teacher's son and kicked the shit out of the kid in front of the teacher.
That's awesome.
That's kind of a cool story. Like, why doesn't he do that now, right?
Yeah, and that was 10 years after he graduated. He went back, beat the guy's son
that's not true.
as a boxer.
And then,
Anyway.
Yeah, then he channeled all that into being a boxer. This guy. This guy, Harry Reid, the guy who once, this is not on the sheet, but he once got his scrotum caught in his zipper, and he screamed so loud he could be heard 10 feet away.
I know, it is amazing. He's
I
like
know where you were going with that.
Right.
I like it.
No, but he must be some sort of Senate whisperer. Like that. How did he get into the position? He must have a lot of willpower to be able to get to the point where he was a Senate leader for the Democrats for so long, right? But you look at him, he seems like the meekest guy in the world. And to buttress that, his nickname when he was growing up was Pinky. Like I was briefly called Pinky too. That's because my mom accidentally washed my football clothes, which were white, with an article of clothing that was red. Okay, and my football clothes were all pink. But it wasn't like, "Hey, there's tough guy Pinky." right.
Oh, he turned back too quickly.
Anyway, so fascinating background, but more on Harry Reid.
Okay, so this is one of my favorite little tidbits of his life. When a man tried to offer Reid a bribe in 1978, he reported it to the FBI, so he's apparently a snitch. They set up a sting, but Reid ended up going off script and choking the criminal as he was about to be arrested, saying, "You son of a bitch, you tried to bribe me!
Okay.
And you didn't give me enough."
Now that explains everything, because you see how he's all banged up now, right? Snitches get stitches.
Oh!
Okay. So the idea of choking a guy.
Okay, now the choking thing might be because he's a hot-headed guy from when he was younger, right?
Yeah.
Or it might be that he knew he was on videotape,
So he gets to choke
he's going to run in politics. So he's like,
Yeah.
what's better than?
That's true.
Oh, am I being taped, FBI? You son of a bitch! I cannot believe you tried to bribe me.
The other Harry Reid fact that I liked was he got like a political favor. Basically, he was put in charge of Las Vegas's Bureau of Gambling,
Gaming.
basically gaming. Yeah, and there was a lot of corruption, obviously. And apparently, someone set a bomb. They rigged it to explode in his wife's car. Thankfully, it didn't actually happen. But that's
amazing.
mind-blowing. That
That's
was not that
amazing.
long ago. That was 40 years ago.
Didn't you guys watch Casino? You didn't see Casino?
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
kind of shit that
I
happened.
think
That's
of that
what was
being in
real.
the 30s or something, but that was not that long ago.
But not only was it real, it happened to Harry Reid's wife.
Yes.
They almost blew her up.
Yeah.
That's a car bomb. That was pre-Al Qaeda car bombs. They were Al Qaeda before Al Qaeda, and it was in Vegas.
But that's the mafia. I mean, it was the mafia. I mean,
Right.
he's fucking with the mafia.
Yeah.
You think of that as being like a thing on TV or so long ago. Like he's still in politics. That happened to him. That's amazing.
Yeah, and finally, to be fair to Harry Reid, I suggested he knew he was on camera and when he tried to choke the guy. He was probably against corruption if they try to blow up his wife.
Yeah.
So probably he was not on the right side of with the mafia.
Oh,
he was
maybe.
against them.
Probably.
Maybe that's why he choked the guy, because he knew the guy tried to blow up his wife.
It could be.
Maybe.